Welcome to Canines for America. My name is Ryan, this is Siren, that's Bella, that's Tiny, and that's Crook. And today, we're going to be working on the up command. Good girl. Let's get started. So today we're working on the up command. Some people call it the stand command, and we're going to be doing this with the food reward method. Also, while I'm going to be working on this command and Siren's going to help demonstrate it, we're also going to be working on conditioning our kennel with Bella, Tiny, and Crook on keeping their obedience and not using their voice and not getting riled up. So we're going to be doing two things at once. It's a great night to be working on that. And it's a great night to start to show you exactly how the food reward method works in conditioning the organism to the up command, and also showing you the unconditioned stimuli to help get the canine, the organism, to perform that up command. Again, like I said, we're going to be using the food reward method. Schwagen, our two chlorics. So Siren here. Schwagen. Good girl. Siren here as an 11-year-old Malinois female was conditioned, gentle, was conditioned by the contrastive method. But once we got done using the contrastive method and building those reflex arcs in her brain, all we have to do is very easily switch over to the food method to continue on that conditioning. So in the very beginning, we used the contrastive method because she's a chloric canine. So if you've been watching our other videos, you understand once you diagnose your canine, and if your canine is chloric, the training method that you want to be using on that chloric canine in the beginning is the contrastive method. Once you've accomplished that, you can go ahead and peel back from using that contrastive method now that we got the basic skill set accomplished, and we can just start using it in our maintenance aspect with food and with toy. So today Siren's going to help demonstrate just using the food reward method. If you have your melancholic canine, if you have a phlegmatic canine, the best method to use with those guys in the beginning is the food reward method, and that's what we're going to be showing you here today. Now, the one reason what I love about the up command, it's great if I'm trying to do basic grooming with my canine. I need to get my canine to kind of get in the up position, the standing position. It's a great command to use that, so I can get her brushed, I can check her paws, I can check underneath. Does she have ticks? Is there anything else going on with her? And it's great if I'm doing, like I just said, the medical care. If I need to be diagnosing the canine, if I need to bring a vet in, and the veterinarian needs to start looking and diagnosing my canine, if there's a soft tissue injury, or if we have more of a structural issue, getting the dog to be in a standing command is a great way for us to be able to evaluate the canine. Therefore, they won't be able to hide anything. An episode we will be showing you is we definitely need to understand the dog's gait, the biomechanics of that canine. We use a stance analyzer. The only way that stance analyzer will work and give us the data that we need for the health of the canine is we need the canine to be able to get in an up position, to be able to get into a standing position. The other great commands for the stand, the up, is if we're tracking, we're doing land navigation, we're doing waterway navigation or search and rescue. A lot of times I need my canine to be able to stand for me, so I need to be able to give them the unconditioned, which will be we bring the dog into attention, and with our left arm, our palm up in the air, that is the unconditioned stimuli to get the dog to stand, i.e. Siren heel, bring Siren in unconditioned stimuli into the heel. Good girl. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to pay her with her reward. Good girl. Siren sit. Unconditioned stimuli, 45-degree angle. And then all I'm going to do, right, this is the final product of where you're going to get. We have our dog off lead. I'm going to raise her at attention and the up command. Awesome. I'm going to come in. We don't want the dog to cheat. Chlorics will like to cheat. I'm going to come in. I'm going to show my food. Before you saw the down is from the bottom up. The sit is a 45-degree angle. The payment for the up command is out and level. And then I can bring my back hand behind her groin on her left leg, and I can reinforce that. And then I can put my left hand in front of her chest to reinforce. This is the position I want you to be in. Cloric, she's trying to get her food early. No, wait, good girl, gentle, good girl, good girl, good up, good up. I'm gonna reinforce it with the verbiage, the verbal command, good up, pat her chest to reinforce, good up, easy, go play. And I'll let her kind of move around. Swaggin. Tiny. Good girls. Good girls. Thank you. I'm going to pay my kennel. They're being quiet. They're working for me. But also I'm working on the imitative method as well. 3 canines watching an older canine perform the command, giving me good kennel obedience. Everybody's watching. Everybody's behaving. This is great. Fantastic work. Now to do this command, the basic command, like I said before in our other videos with the food method, all you need is a 5x5 area, and do this 10 minutes a day. Now Siren, these other girls, it's going to be great for you guys to see us start to work on the command. The other girls, the part of the Malinois project, have never learned the up or stand command. We've never ever done it one time with these guys. So it's going to be a lot of fun based on their temperaments and the training methods we're going to use here today to show you how we start to accomplish the up command. Siren is a finished product. Now Siren only learned the up command via the contrastive method when she was a puppy. That's all we did from 0 to 12 months, and then we stopped using contrastive method with Siren, and we never had to do it again. We just went into maintenance using the food reward method. So again, guys, very important. If you see a dog performing the action, every technique we are giving you, every method we are giving you was the exact method that we applied to these organisms, to these canines in our system. So again, you must temperament diagnose, then after you temperament diagnose, Cloric, use the appropriate training method, training technique that we teach you, and then we can go into our maintenance program. So you kind of have to understand the temperament diagnosis, the training method that you need to apply to the temperament diagnosis, and then you have to make sure you guys watch our behavioral reaction video to understand the behavioral. Schwaggin. Good girl. Once she stops the action, now I'll pay. Good girl. I'll pay everybody. Real quick. Good job. Good job. So now we get back to Siren. I'll bring Siren back into unconditioned stimuli, the heel. Show her my food. Now the guys, remember, when you have food, the dogs, they haven't eaten today, so they're hungry. They're willing to work for the food. Gentle. Command is gentle, to take the food from me gently. Clorics like to try to eat your fingers. All right, so sometimes you go through, especially when they're puppies, and they got those little razor teeth. Yeah, you're gonna go through a little bit of pain, but trust me, it's worth it when you can get to the final result. Gentle. Physical manipulation. Just a pat, gentle. Good girl. Good girl. Now what the food is, again, guys, a food becomes my invisible leash. My invisible wand. Look how I can direct my dog. Look how I can direct Siren. Down, seats, up, seats, down, up, sit, back, back. Good. Now again, off, multiple languages. Now, showing the treat on the down, physical manipulation on the withers. Now I want her to do the up command again. I'm going to bring the food. She's focused. I'm going to bring it out. Oh, I'm going to bring it out, and I'm going to lift down here in her groin a little bit. Up. Good. Up. Reinforce so she doesn't cheat. Clorics like to anticipate. She has her line, her front paws, back paws, nothing has moved. If I'm a veterinarian, I can now do my diagnosis on her. No, up, right back here into her back growing area. That's where I want to reinforce. Physical manipulation, she understands that. Over time, if she's a little slow, all I have to do is just tap her in her groin. She understands. The only time I ever touch her there is when she's performing the up command. Good girl. Good girl. Gentle. Good, gentle. Good up. Reinforce it with the command. Good up, Siren. Good up. Up. Good girl. Hey. Now as we get the canine doing the up position, good up. I can work on time. Good up. The dog should never leave the standing position. Never leave the up position. Good. Good up. I can walk behind her. She's allowed to turn her head to try to find me. That's all she can do. Good up. Good up. Walk over her. Good job. She understands to not leave the position. Wow, really good up. I'll use my voice inflection again, but I can also whisper. I can be quiet. We always train in different levels. Sits. Up. Sits. Down. Up. Good girl. Sits. Heel. 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 Back. 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 Down. Good girl. Easy. Go play. Good job. Good job. So, getting back, you've seen an 11-year-old Malinois do this now. Now, as an 11-year-old, it's the same thing. Her conditional reflexes have become slow over time as we don't work Siren very often, right? There's only so much she can do with her arthritis and her physical well-being at this point in time. So we're very careful with Siren, but you can see the reflex arcs that we've built inside her brain since she was a puppy. If you do it correctly when they're young, when they're, that puppy stage, they will never forget. They will never forget. Now, their speed in what they do and how they do it might become a little bit more lethargic. But if you're constantly working with your canine, you're constantly doing your 10 minutes a day, you're constantly in a good structural program where you're working with her brain development, the skills will always stay sharp. Now, the longer you don't do the skill set with them, they start to diminish. But do they ever go away? They never go away. But they're not as clean and they're not as crisp. So you saw an 11-year-old Malinois perform those skill sets. Now, let's go ahead and let's try to see if we can get our other Malinois from the Malinois project to do the stand, to do the up command with the food reward method. Let's see what we got. All right, so let's go ahead, and since we had a chloric out, 11-year-old, let's go ahead and get the young chloric out so we can see kind of a compare and contrast of how she does learning this basic command for the very first time. We already know Bella understands sit, she understands the off, she understands the foos. So let's see, you can see with my chloric, very intent. Let's see what we get. Sits. Good sits. Tries to get the food, right? Gentle. Gentle. Good girl, easy. Good, here. Sit. Schwaggin. Schwag. Good sit. Sit. Schwaggin. Good sit. Sit. Good. Sit. Foos. Good foos. Off. All right, now we got her in the down position. We got her in the off position. Right? Anticipation. Trying to get the food. No. On her withers. Mechanical method or a physical physical manipulation method, right? Leave it. Leave it command. No. Good girl. All right. So here we go. I'm going to give her the up command. Again, right hand, no. Up. No. Foos. Off. Get on my knees a little bit. You can see, right? Doesn't like to be. Foos. Seats. Good. The chloric, right? Any type of stimulation. We showed you this when we were describing her as a chloric. Any type of stimulation she reacts to. Off. Good off. No. Off. Good. I will pay. This is just the food reward method. Up. Good up. 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 Good. Up. All I'm trying to do is keep up. Off. Up. Good up. I'll pay her for that. Try to get her to eat the food. Off. Foos. Seats. Good seats. Good seats. Let's try this again. Right? This is the first time she's ever done it. Trying to get an association of my command, my unconditioned stimuli. See if she understands the action we're asking. No. Physical manipulation. On her bum. Get that sit, right? At the back. Right there where I can pinch. Okay? You can see she's still focused on her food. Off. Good off. Physical manipulation on her withers. Good. Bella. Up. Good. Up. Good up. Yes. Good. Okay. Hand on the chest now. Good. I'll take it away. Good. Gentle. Good girl. Up. Up. Now I can put it on. Now she's letting me put it under. It's only been a few minutes. Good up. Good up. Good girl. Good girl. Gentle. Up. No. Seats. Let me try it from the sitting position. Foos. Seats. Now I'm going to try the up, right? 45 degrees with my food. She's paying attention. Look at her focus. I got her focus. Good focus. Good girl. I'm going to put my left hand down by her growing, and then I'm going to pull my right hand out in front of her eyes, and I'm going to give her the up. Good. Up. Foos. Up. Good. My hand's under her growing. She's starting to calm down now as a caloric. Remember, always a 10. No. Good up. Good, Bella. Good up. Now I'm going to pay. Good girl. Up. I'm touching her in her back growing now. Good up. To her chest. Good up. Food out in front. Payment out in front. Food reward method. Good. Physical manipulation method with the reward method of food. Up. Up. Good. Foos. Reset her. Up. Here. Foos. Off. Up. Foos. She's starting to get neurotic on me. Foos. Get her attention with the food. Off. Seats. Off. Up. Good girl. Yes. Good up. And pay. Good up. Reinforce again with the physical manipulation method over and over. Good up. Back in her growing. Good up. To her chest. Good up. Good up. Hands away. Good. Good girl. For time. Good. No. Foos. Reset. You got to, right? Don't get frustrated with the caloric. We understand who she is, okay? She just can't help herself. She's always firing at a 10. She's a good girl, but we got to direct all of this craziness in her central nervous system in the right way. Foos. She's listening to me, but she's so focused. This is a brand new command, trying to communicate something completely. She's never heard this before. She's never done this before. Good up. Sits. Off. Up. Up. Good. Good girl. Sits. Off. Up. Yes. Okay. No. Sits. Foos. Seats. Off. Up. Yes. Good girl. No. I'm going to. No. No. Foos. reset. 10 minutes a day, that's all it takes. It takes work. This is the first time for a few minutes we started to do this. But I bet you if you check back with me and I do a follow-up video with Bella after working with her for, I don't know, give me 3 to 5 days, she'll have a phenomenal up, a phenomenal stand. Foos, reset, sits, back in obedience, off, good off. Does she understand my verb or my verbiage of up? Good girl. Good job, Bella. Go play. All right, guys, now just wrapping up with the up command / stand command. Again, whatever word that you are going to use to create that language with your canine. A couple quick takeaways. Remember, the left hand is underneath the growing, which helps just kind of lift, schwagging. The right hand is going to be just directly out in front of, that's Bella, just took out our camera guy. Your right hand is directly out in front of the dog's eyesight. So again, it's going to be, and you can kind of do them simultaneously with the food and the left hand, bringing the dog into that stand position. Those are the physical manipulation with the left, right, underneath the growing. Reinforce, schwagging please, reinforce the chest so we don't have those two front legs moving forward with anticipation. And then the payment is the right hand directly in front of your canine. Again, another great command to teach. You can start getting a cool rhythm when you do the sit, the down, the up. You can do those 3, which we'll be able to show you in our contrastive method, because that's going to wrap it up for the basic commands using the food reward method. You already now have the sit, you now have the down, you now have the up, you have the heel, you have the recall and come, here, again, whatever word you're going to use. So now with the food reward method, you see how you can build a basic language with your canine. And even with Bella learning for the very first time, a whole new command. It was a basic command, so we could get away with it using the food because we could keep her in low excitation. Even though she was a chloric, food kept her somewhat stable. You could still see with the chloric and food, she was still, her excitation level, that central nervous system, really firing. Still firing at a high rate. But you could see how it only took us 5 minutes, 6 minutes to start to develop a language with our canine. So guys, thank you for watching. Get ready to start watching all those basic commands being used with the contrastive method. Please don't forget to click like and to subscribe. Thanks for watching.